I'm gonna start off this video by saying everybody, we should spread hate, and spread hate to snail games. Now, I don't like spreading hate, alright? I think everybody should be peaceful, I think everybody should hang out and have fun, and this has nothing to do with today's video, but, snail games, I hate you. I was trying to kill an alpha carno, right? Me and my boys, we were trying to tame a quetz, and, you know, I was trying to kill an alpha carno, right? It got stuck in a tree, and so I'm like, okay, I can land on the ground safely. Start hitting the alpha carno, you know, everything's going well. If it gets out, I'll just fly away before I die, right? Nah. As soon as it gets free, the entire game freezes for like 10 minutes straight, and I can't get it back on. I have to restart the computer to go ahead and get back onto the game. By the time I'm already dead, my boys have picked up my stuff, but I don't really care about that. What matters is I lost my 108 level RG. Now you might be thinking, why would you hate snail games for this, right? You know, obviously it's your computer's fault, you're bugging. The entire computer was working just fine. I have a second monitor right above my first monitor, completely running just fine. When I hit the Windows key, just fine. The whole menu shows up, everything. The computer is completely responsive. It's just the game. So I don't know who to blame. Snail Games, Wildcard, I don't know who it is. But, like, one of you sucks. Probably both of you. We did end up getting that quetz, but we did also end up with our hearts broken. Rest in peace, Turkey, my orange and gray RG. Yeah, I'll miss you, bro. And rest in peace to Boonk 2, Boonk my otter. Rest in peace. Everybody wake up, Arc 2 is never coming out, and Vin Diesel will not be on it. That's the end of that project, genuinely. But now that I've got that out of the way, let's shift to a completely different topic, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, it's nice to meet you. I'm your host, Ian. And next, have you ever done any volunteer work before? Maybe you helped an old man, you know, unload his car or whatever one day. And you know, that stuff is fulfilling. It makes you feel good because you did something prideful. That's not the right word. You did something fulfilling, and that makes you feel good because you did it without any guaranteed form of payment, or you did it just because, you know, it's right to do. It's the morally right thing. And that's why, ladies and gentlemen, today's article makes no sense to me, as most of them don't. Volunteer firefighter arrested for allegedly setting fires, responding to them with his department. Genuinely, and I say this like every single video, there's no benefit, there's no point to this. Like I just said, you're doing volunteer work, you're not getting anything out of this. Why are you trying to like raise your clout, your status or whatever by reporting fires that you made? Sure, your reputation might be like, you know, getting a little better because you're helping so many firefighters with all these fires and things like that, but also, you're getting nothing out of it. They can't promote you. You don't work there. And also, aren't you in the volunteer firefighter department so that you can help people? You're like setting their houses on fire. Bro is for real the opposite of a firefighter. You are not helping them at all, putting an entire family at risk because you want more reputation, more brownie points, more, I don't know, street cred on the firefighter street or whatever. This is another one of those stories where I really can't think of any justifiable ulterior motive to, you know, do this. A volunteer firefighter has been arrested for allegedly setting fires and then responding to them with his fire department, according to officials in eastern Pennsylvania. Justin Shawley, a 29-year-old member of the Perseverance Volunteer Fire Company in Sauderton, was arrested on Sunday on charges including arson, according to court documents. He's 29 years old, and this time I can't really say that he doesn't have a job and he's like a chud or whatever, because I guess technically volunteer work is basically like working a job, but come on, bro. You're 29 years old and you're doing this for no money. You could spend your time doing anything else. You're in a cyclical cycle. You're in a perpetual motion machine of just getting nowhere. You're setting fires and then putting them out for no reason, just going over and over again. You're gonna get arrested with no accomplishments. When people get arrested, sometimes they steal thousands of dollars or whatever. They do something crazy. Nah, bro, you ended up just the way you started. His eye bags, bro. I'm looking at this picture. His eye bags are dark. And I don't blame him, bro. He's probably so tired from getting nowhere in his life. And there's no way he expected the firefighters to just not catch on. They're like, yo, we've got like a 300% spike in fires this month. What is happening? Now they keep calling you, and instead of spending a time, I don't know, making a job resume or working a job, you're just being called over and over again to this fire department. Is this really what pure boredom looks like nowadays? That's legit the only thing I can think of. Like, why else would he just do this? He gets the dopamine off of being a hero, bro. Yes, everybody in this city loves me because I set their houses on fire and then I put them back out and I'm like saving their houses. You know what I should do? Repay them by setting more of their homes on fire. What if somebody died, man? That would just be on your soul forever. For real, someone could have died and they would have died without any cause. Like, there would be no reason for their death. And I feel like it would have been said in the article already if someone died, so I'm gonna say he's lucky that no one died. but he's also unlucky that he's so stupid. By 29, you should have the brain capacity by now to know that this is not okay. The first fire was Friday morning when the Perseverance Volunteer Fire Company and other agencies responded to a fire at a detached garage/barn, according to the criminal complaint. The blaze was about 50 feet behind a home that had 10 people inside, the complaint said. Why would you pick this as your first target? Correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't barns made of mostly wood? Like, I know houses are also mostly made of wood, but this is even more flammable than just a normal house. And there was 10 people inside, bro. Definitely one of them was like a little child or whatever. And this was posted yesterday, in which yesterday was... Wednesday? Yeah, yesterday was Wednesday, so that means he got caught within like 5 days of doing this. Of course it's gonna be suspicious that the new guy who doesn't even work at the fire department knows exactly where every fire is and when it started and when it's happening. And if it's a barn, it's very likely that there were woods around. You could have just set an entire forest on fire for absolutely zero gain. Hours later, the Perseverance Volunteer Fire Company responded to a trash fire, the complaint said. He did another one within the hour? Are we serious? That whole joke I made earlier about 300% spike in fire, that was supposed to be a joke. There's no evidence in this article that happened, but now it's like, bro, we got like 10 fires in the last 3 hours. Then genuinely what is happening right now? At least this one didn't endanger people, which it actually, now that I'm thinking about it, it probably still did, but it's not like as dangerous. At least this time you're not targeting a random family. Then, early Saturday morning, crews responded to a property where there were multiple fires coming from a barn, a shed, an outhouse, 3 cars, and a gazebo, according to the complaint. The fires were near a home with 8 people inside, the document said. This is way worse than the barn. You basically just ruined all of their property. And if you think they're not gonna suspect arson, you gotta be stupid. Multiple fires in different locations. Their entire property just combusts into flames for no reason. They're gonna check the cameras. First of all, they're gonna check the cameras even if they don't suspect it's arson. You just want to know what started the fire. But now they're obviously gonna check because you know that someone was doing that. That was a person behind that. And now you're never gonna feel safe in your home ever again because you're like, someone's out to get me, bro. And that's never a good feeling. This is like a Robin Hood story, but instead Robin Hood was stealing from poor people to give to other poor people. Like, you're solving the problem, but it's the problem that you created, so it doesn't make sense. And if you think not one camera is watching you, and you're walking around this entire property, I mean, he went from the barn all the way to 3 cars in a gazebo. Like, dude, one camera is gonna catch you, bro. There's literally cameras in like doorknobs nowadays. Are we serious? People probably have cameras in their sprinklers now. Investigators use license plate reader databases to zero in on Shawley as a suspect, according to the criminal complaint. Those firefighters must have been in disbelief. It must have been like when Green Goblin unmasked Spider-Man just to realize it was his best friend. What a loser, bro. This guy got fired from a job he doesn't even work at. And how did they get your license plate? Were you driving up to the properties in your own car that had a license plate on it? I mean, actually, seeing how much stuff he set on fire, he probably needed a whole truck's worth of gasoline to do that. Shawley admitted to setting all 3 fires, according to the court documents. After 2 of the blazes, Shawley went to his fire department and then responded back to the fire scenes with the other firefighters, documents said. Huh, this is weird. He knows exactly the root cause of the fire. He knows exactly where it is, what destinations, every little bit that was caught on fire. He knows all of it. Huh, I wonder why. So not only was it his fire department that was responding to the fires that he made, but he was the one putting out the fires. Shawley said one of the fires was near property he believed belonged to an employer who fired him in 2015, the complaint said. How do you know where your employer lives? And how are you still holding on to a grudge from 2015? I wasn't even conscious in 2015. I do remember having this beef with one girl in elementary school, and she was like taking my pencils and stuff, and I would like tell on her and stuff. I was a little snitch back then. But like, even if today I saw her, I knew where her property was, I wouldn't set her house on fire. And he probably got fired for a good reason too, because he has a complete lack of logical thinking. Now, good job, bro. You gave up your non-existent job to try and set fire to your employer who took away your previous job, and now you're never gonna have a job ever again because you're gonna be in jail. The Perseverance Volunteer Fire Company said Shawley has been suspended from the department with intent to remove upon future outcomes. Suspended? Suspended? That's it? Now I'm going under the assumption that by suspended, that means that they just temporarily took away his job. Bro, he was working against you guys. So we intend to remove him in the future, but I don't know, we're just gonna suspend him for now, just in case we have a change of heart. You know, we want to let an arsonist on the fire team. The actions described in the criminal charges stand in complete opposition to the core values, mission, and dedication of our company, the fire department said in a statement on Tuesday. Shawley has not entered a plea. Yeah, I mean, he's never getting out of jail, bro. The only flames that he's gonna be dealing with is flaming hot Cheetos while he's getting his butt railed in jail. Alright. That's sorry, I'm still laughing. That's the end of the article, ladies and gentlemen. The moral is pretty self-explanatory. Just do what's morally right. Don't put people in harm's way if you can help it. But with that, I do enjoy the time that we spent together and the time that we spent looking at these crazy people. I mean, we always do it. We always love it. The channel hasn't been doing as good lately, but come on. I mean, as long as one person watches the video, then, I mean, come on. I really did my job because I'm a beast. So if you're that one person, if you're anybody who watched the video, got any enjoyment, fulfillment, any entertainment from it, then I'm so happy because I did my job. And with that, I'm probably gonna go play some more Ark. So it's been amazing seeing you all, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Ian. I'll catch you all later. And always remember to whistle passively. I'll see you guys in the next upload. Bye. I mean, see ya, because I always end the video on see ya.